This is the junk drawer that I was talking about. Sometimes when you just kind of want to be artistic, take a light bulb and just heat it up with your torch. And just poke it with things because it's soft. Soft glass. Nice pneumatic switching valve and an EPA 10. I don't know, 120 bucks for that or something. But that's not the purpose of this. The purpose is this bolt right here. It's funny how many different threads Metric has. Ultra fine thread. So that's the only reason why I have this. I believe this is an old one. Old pneumatic switching valve. And it sounds cooler than it actually is, but yeah, it's so when you have a DF on one side and air on pressure on the other, the DF pressure will kind of switches over and allow no DF to pass through, and then your system will prime up. And on the other side, air pressure will come through, regulated from our PLU, and will allow this to shuttle over and open up and allow air to purge the DEF pump. I guess it's pretty cool in a way. When you understand all the components and how they work in and out, outside, upside down, right side up, it's cool because you get to fix them easily. Yeah, I'm trying to do a little rodeo action here. Oh boy. Yes. You know, make myself look cool. Got a new cat. And apparently the cat didn't want to go into the cage. And I probably should have just let him stay out of the cage. Sometimes we make bad choices. This is a pneumatic switch. Don't know if it's pneumatic or normally open. I know. Don't know if it's normally closed. NC. If you guys know of a way to do that, mark that at 253. Hook me up with an answer at 253 or 245 or somewhere around that 2-minute 40-something second mark. Looks like it's got some witness marks. There is a special socket to take these bad boys out. Oh, maybe that means something. 438. Well, anyway, it does have limitations, how many amps can go through that. I have a pneumatic socket in here for removing these, and apparently oh no, it's right there. There it is. There's my socket to remove these pneumatic switches. Special socket. 1 1/16. Do not use while engine is running. Anyway, it makes it a lot easier to take these out because it's not just a regular 6-point. It's fancy. It's got that big old opening, and it looks like it's like waddle out, but it's not. That's just kind of how it's designed. Grab those flutes nicely, cleanly, crispy. That way you don't damage the socket. Yeah, we got other ways to take that out, but it's good to use the right tool for the job. Yeah, this is another pneumatic switch. 2-pin, probably just a switch. It's got a little blue tag on there. That means something for new Cascadias. And yeah, it definitely came out of new Cascadia. For some reason, they got some water that collected in some of these, and some of these. Not all the Cascadias had that problem. It's the problem about being a mechanic. You get to see all the trucks that come in with problems. And, well, just not fair when somebody says, oh, so do you recommend Cascadias? And you're like, what? You know, all the Cascadias I ever see are broken Cascadias. So they come to my shop broken, and I'm the one that fixes them. So how you're asking the wrong person. Well, I guess in a way, you are asking the right person. I mean, I worked on a lot of different semi trucks, Volvo. I shouldn't say Volvo. I have worked on some Volvos. I have worked on some Macs, but mostly I worked on Internationals, and I guess next one would be Peterbilt, Packard, and the next one would be some Isuzu. But yeah, I really think that Freightliner has got the best quality going on. That's why they're about 40% of the market share. So with running that 40% of the market share of all the semi trucks on the road, and I think 4% is the Western Star. So they got a pretty good slice of the pie in the industry, and I think they do have a good product. It's easy to work on them. It's easy to diagnose them. There's a lot of help. There's a lot of support. There's a great schooling. I think schooling is probably one of the best parts of Freightliner. The Daimler product, that it's just really high quality. Anyway, these right here, I've got lead on them. I should go wash my hands now. These are battery terminal posts. So what you do with these bad boys. You screw it on a post and use your fingers to tighten it, and you hook up your battery. You hook up your battery testing equipment. These are old style. They still work for at home, but I would definitely not use this at work. At work, I'm taking a wire brush, cleaning that off with a wire brush, and I'm gonna make it nice and shiny, because that's a lead lug. And then I'm gonna put on these updated versions, and they're brass, and so you put it on, and then they have flats on them, so you can torque it. And you torque it to the specification that's usually on the battery, but it's also inside of the workshop manual. It's also in the testing procedures for testing these batteries. The PowerNet distribution test is a service bulletin. Highly recommend reading that bulletin at least one time and very, very well understanding it. Highly recommend. If anything, read that and you will get a really good grasp on electrical voltage drop testing. And I mean, that's what I'm talking about, voltage drop. If you have an issue with voltage drop, don't understand it, go to that bulletin, go read it in and out, outside in, upside down, sideways, in a mirror. Understand it. Rehearse it in front of your kids or something like that too. They'll really appreciate you for it. Looks like I got a magnet here. Another one of those rare earth magnets. Pretty darn skookum. Pretty strong. This is great. Nice D-ring. Connect to chain link. I used to change fuel tanks on FCCC step vans, and in about an hour I'd have the full fuel tank changed, fuel transferred over, old tank cut in half, no, cut 2 times, and sticker on the door jamb for the recaller. I don't know if it was recaller campaign, but yeah, every single time UPS brought them over, 7/8 or more full. Like every other time you come in for a troubleshooting, you decided to bring it in on fumes, but to change about 50 fuel tanks, you decided, let's bring them all in at about 7/8. 7/8 a tank or bigger. This right here is nickel anti-seize. Looks like aluminum anti-seize. That's why I put Ni on there. I believe it's the highest rated temperature anti-seize in the market. Well, maybe there's more. It's probably ceramic or something. I don't know. I believe it goes up to 2,300 degrees Fahrenheit. I'd have to check the jar. We're at the 11-minute mark. If you got an answer for that, please throw it in there in the comments. I would appreciate it. I bet other people would appreciate it, and I think I'll give you like a thumbs up or something. I don't know. I would just appreciate it, and I'm sure others would too. Cause I ain't gonna. Well, I'll probably comment if I do find it. Give myself a thumbs up. This right here, junk drawer. I can just talk for hours and hours and hours on end about my junk drawer. Here's a light bulb, so I can heat up and make it into a piece of art. Low profile sockets, great. I needed one time, and I bought the set and haven't needed it ever since. But they're also magnetic, so that's fancy. You don't even need a rail. Rails are good. I guess I should get a pegboard one day. Got some nice interior clips. I'll put that with my interior hardware. Got a couple different types of interior hardware. Big washer. Is there a big washer one? No, there's no big washer one. Some of these have thread locker on them. Probably good to recall that. Torx. It's T27. I always be using that up in my interior. Love this set. Okay, that's fine. I'm not freaking out. But one is missing. It's okay though. I'm pretty sure it's not the important one. It's the important one. Ah! Okay. That's cool. I was using it the other day to do some work. I found that it fit the same size as these screws that I had. This bad boy has been used and abused and then used and then, well no, I don't abuse you. I'm nice to you. T25. It's like my best friend. I've had it for a long time. I lost one of these. I don't like to talk about that. But anyway, T25 interior screws. Rip them out of Cascadia M2. Take the screws out. Nice. Put them on my drill bit. Whoop, 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 whoop. And we're gone. Drill bit. There's my drill. There's the bit. Got it's a hammer drill. Nice part is it's got adjustable. I can go full drill, or I can go partial drill with this bad boy clutch. To give you a little example of that, I'm gonna use my smaller gauge. I like this drill. Power. The power. Forward, reverse. Love the forward, reverse here. I'm left-handed. I usually always use it in my left hand. You got two gear reduction speeds here. One is extremely slow, but it's extremely torquey. Probably get about 70 foot-pounds of torque out of it, maybe 60 to 80, maybe 90. 60 to 90 foot-pounds. And then now we're on speed 2. Speed 2. Nice and fast. I'm fast as heck, boy. Drill it, you got a light. And yeah, you can change the torque on this with this little screw setting. So you want to go, I haven't measured this out, but this is close to about, I don't know, 7 inch-pounds. Yeah, 7 to maybe 15 inch-pounds. See, I was able to stop it. Nice. The more you turn it up, the harder it gets. Oh, this is the video where Kyle gets hurt. Nope, but you can stop it all up to 21. That's just a higher torque. And this bad boy does not stop. We're not stopping. Put those charger cooler clamps on, put it on, run it down on 2, and then run it down on 1, and then torque it to 95 inch-pounds. 95 inch-pounds. Boom. Charger cooler clamps are torqued. Try to put them back in the same spot. Hammer. This one goes out to mallet. Got the hammer there. It's also torque limited. Or I lied. Yep, I definitely lied. You got a little skinnage. But anyway, this kind of gives you a little. What is? It basically is does this back and forth as it turns, really slightly. It's a hammer drill. That's the hammer drill. Hammo drill. Oh yeah, 20-volt hammer drill. Oh, would I lie to you? So that chuck is 1/2 inch. So maximum size I can throw in that chuck is 1/2 inch. And as you see, I put this bit low profile bit, so that way I can kind of keep it short. The shorter I can keep it, the better. Still works on putting DD. Fuel injector harness is on. I do not recommend doing that, but yeah, limit the torque. And that's like, I don't know, it's probably 7 to 10 foot-pounds, to be honest. It's really not a lot. 7 to 10 inch-pounds. And that's great for a DD injector harness, because you want it to slip. You don't want to over torque. Very convenient, very handy. I love my drill. Love all these drills. I've had 2 serious drills. One was a yellow DeWalt. Lasted me for a good long time, and then the batteries are kind of going out. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy another drill. I'm gonna get this 20-volt from Bauer, because they got this 450 foot-pound 1/2 inch impact gun I could throw up on there. Impactorino, and I'm gone. Doesn't really work real great for when people decide to over torque things, because those those studs on your axle flanges should be torqued to about 130 foot-pounds. Look it up in the workshop manual or parts row. See an installation drawing. Figure out what the actual torque is supposed to be. But anywho, I got 2 batteries from. I got a Sirius 3 amp. I don't know what that means. 3 amp hour. That's what it was. 3 amp hour lithium battery pack. It's great. that one goes dead, I can easily quickly grab that one. This one goes dead, I can be like, oh crap, did I charge that one? I better charge it. Anyway, that's not the point of this story. The point of the story was this little junk drawer. There's a lot to it. It just keeps going. Imagine being a Lego lost in here. A Lego or, I don't know, guy from Toy Story. See, like, here's what I don't get. Why do I have this? Why? It's just beautiful. That's why. Aluminum. Don't even remember what it's for. I'm like that, yeah, whatever. That Pokemon that likes to get coins. Mewtwo. The other one that flies. I forget their names. A lot of junk stuff in here. His interior. Cascadia back wall. Use you a 90-degree pick to pull that out. That's not a 90-degree pick. But anyway, 90 degrees pick. Oh, now you're gonna make me pull out a 90-degree pick. Well, I don't have one in this drawer because it's at work. My fancy cart. Anyway, I got this junk cart. That's not a 90-degree pick, but it's close enough. Interior push pin. You just kind of get. You got the whole there. Oh no, what is it big? Okay. So yeah, there's your. Maybe I went a little too hard. But anyway, push pin goes in there, in the hole in the interior, and it's going through a bright metal in the background. You push it in, and it locks in place and it looks all nice and flush. And if you want to take one of those out, the interior is pretty darn soft. Kind of put your in there. Put your in there. Your 1/4-inch pick in there. What you doing here, yonder? You're getting. This is a terrible example. You're basically forcing this up so that we can get the pick in there between that body and this body. The housing of the, oh, what is this skookum thing called? 22-minute mark here, 40 seconds. And we're trying to remember the name of this interior clip, interior tree, interior trim, plastic piece. There's a parts bulletin for it, I'm sure, to get all the part numbers of these. I can look it up on parts for, I'll give you the exact name of it. For the workshop manual. Anyway, pull that out, and then this other one comes out with the nail. Make sure your hands are all clean if you're doing some interior work. So that way you don't get that interior head panel all nastied up. Those things are expensive. Yeah, that's the end of that story. Wow, these are long videos. And if you have any questions, go ahead and drop a question at the comments section. And try to keep it with the minute that it was. Just type in 23 through the 2 dots and 50 for this point in the video, if you have a question. But and then as soon as you hit the space bar and you post it, it turns blue, and then you can go directly to that comment. And it's pretty cool. You can go directly to the part of the video that the comment's referencing. So anyway, this is a quick connect. Nice to have one of these go over video on that. This looks like it looks like 3/8, but maybe my eyes are deceiving me. Fix his glasses. I made this for a check-in rail, fuel rail, on a pressure relief valve. This is not a Daimler approved fitting. This is something that I made up in my backyard. I just drilled out a soft steel, and basically every pressure limiting valve, I got a high pressure rail and a GD motor leaking. You could take the banjo bolt out, put new banjo bolt seals on there, and screw this bad boy in and see it actually leaking. I believe there's actually a tool out now. It probably has been out for a while, but made one myself a while back ago, so I can quickly, easily check for a leaking pressure relief valve. Boom! Pressure relief valve is leaking. Done. Replace it. Not a whole lot of work. Yeah, because otherwise they used to have you take off a line on the fuel filter, and that was just a really painful point. I try to keep some of these drill blade holders just so I don't mess up my drills or my taps. I got a tap here. Oh.
And murder that cat.
No! My wife's here. I'm gonna stop this video and we're gonna talk about cats.